Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make these gluten-free sheet pan brownies. It's an entire half sheet pan filled with decadent, fudgy brownies, y'all. So they're great for a party or your kid's school. They're so good, they're so easy to make, so let's get into it. All right, I have all my ingredients measured out here, so I may as well tell y'all what is in these brownies now. There are 6 large eggs, which are actually straight from the fridge cold. This is 2.5 cups of sugar, y'all. It makes a lot of brownies. 210 grams or 1.5 cups of my gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. Semi-sweet chocolate chips. I didn't measure them out because it's to your liking. This here might look like chocolate chips, but it's really Calabo semi-sweet chocolate calettes, and you're going to need 20 ounces or 567 grams of semi-sweet chocolate, 86 grams or 1 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder, 339 grams or 3 sticks of butter, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of espresso powder, 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and 1/4 cup or 60 grams of a neutral oil. I'm using vegetable oil. I'm going to melt the butter and the chocolate together in the microwave at 30-second intervals until it's smooth and the chocolate is fully melted. I tell you, what is more seductive than a bowl of melted chocolate, right? I could just face plant right into this. It's like a bowl of happiness. Okay, I'll put this aside to cool down slightly, and I'm gonna grab my mixer. This can be done with a handheld mixer too, but it does take a little while to beat the eggs and the sugar. So if you have a stand mixer, go with the stand mixer. I'll crack all of my eggs into the mixer bowl, and I'm just gonna add the sugar along with the vanilla, the salt, and the espresso powder. Now, the espresso powder is totally optional. You don't have to add it in there, but I would give it a try if you can, because adding coffee to chocolate just intensifies the chocolate flavor, and you can't really taste the coffee, but it just really brings out that chocolate flavor. So I'm just whipping up these eggs until they are light in color and have increased in volume substantially. It's like takes 5 to 7 minutes or so. All right, this right here looks really good. See how it makes a thick ribbon that like slowly melts back into itself? So now we can add the melted chocolate yumminess in. But first I'm going to add that vegetable oil to the melted chocolate. I like the flavor of butter, but that little bit of oil adds a little chewiness to the brownies. Okay, now we'll add the chocolate mixture and kind of fold it through gently, so we don't ruin all the hard work that the mixer did for us. And then I'm just going to sift the flour and the cocoa over the bowl, because y'all know how cocoa likes to clump. It just is known to clump, and if you don't sift it, you might get little clumps of the cocoa in your brownie batter, and who wants that? And finally, I'm adding my chocolate chips. These are also totally optional. I just love a brownie that has a little bit of a crunch to it, and it helps break up all that fudginess that you get in a brownie. You could also add walnuts or any kind of nut really, but I'm in the no nuts and brownies camp, so I always leave them out, but you certainly can add them in if you choose. You know what? That doesn't look like enough chocolate chips for me, so I'm just gonna grab the bag and add just a little more. I don't know, what does that look like to you? Another 1/2 cup or so? That's where I said it doesn't really matter on how many chocolate chips or add-ins, walnuts, pecans, whatever you want to add into it. It doesn't matter. I never measure it out. All right, I've got my sheet pan here, and I'm just taking a small amount of butter, maybe just a teaspoon or so. It's soft butter, and I'm just going to use my butter wrapper here to spread this all over the sheet pan. Make sure you get the sides and the corners really well. We want no sticking of the brownies, y'all. And I'll just pour this luscious looking brownie batter right in and scrape every last bit out of this bowl. We can't leave any of it behind. Brownie batter, it just always looks so tempting to eat, y'all. Spread it to the edges, and I'm going to bake these at 350 Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out with just a few moist crumbs. You definitely don't want to overbake these. I like to let them cool in the pan, and then I put the entire pan in the fridge to harden for nice, pretty, precise slices of brownies. These are straight from the fridge, cold, and they are really extra fudgy, y'all. But they're so stinking good. I mean, what brownie isn't, right? Have you really met a brownie that you didn't think was good? I mean, is there a non-good brownie? And of course, brownies are always so easy to make. It's something that never lasts in my house. Between my husband and my son, they just disappear. In fact, this entire sheet pan of brownies disappeared in just no time at all. Enjoy.